do or die time right now for the Black Knights coming into this game. 3 wins on the season, 10 wins gets you into the playoffs, and right now they're on the downside. Looking up though, 7 games left to go, needing 7 more wins to get to that playoff mark. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Dan Snyder here for Stoughton Media Access to bring you tonight's action as the Milford Scarlet Hawks come into Stoughton to take on the Stoughton Black Knights. These teams have met once before back on January the 7th. Stoughton come away with a loss, 68-53. We'll see what happens in tonight's ball game, but first, let's meet the starting lineup. Milford coming into tonight's game, rocking the all-red. I saw the back of their jersey with the Scarlet Hawk imprint on the back, looking pretty flashy with the white trim on the side. Stoughton coming in, all white, orange lettering, black trim, and the opening tip. Won by Stoughton, and it's Brendan White with the ball very quickly. That was inside to Fraioli, and we're gonna hear his name a lot tonight, Andrew Fraioli for the Milford Scarlet Knights, or Scarlet Hawks, excuse me. Stoughton back on transition on the offensive side of the ball. Sander rises, no good. Coming off of a hot shooting performance last time against Taunton, came away with a season high of 20. Milford back with the ball. Caden Kelly up top, dishes it down low to Fraioli, who kicks it outside. Brendan White doesn't get the call, but still gets the 3. 5-0 early lead for Milford here, and they're back on the offense. A quick steal. And that was Brendan White going to the basket, unable to get the friendly roll. Excuse me, Brendan Saylor came away with the steal. He's going to go to the line for 2. Saylor no good on the front end of his 2 points here. His 2 free throws here. Foul went against Ajan Rue, who's rocking a different number tonight, rocking number 30. Asked head coach John Galvin before the game if there's a significance to the number switch. He simply forgot his jersey at home, so make sure if you're watching at home, bring your jersey to the game, you get your normal number. Cam Andrews here rises, good for 3. 5-3 here, 7 minutes remaining in the first. Milford 3 attempt, no good. It's Caden Kelly coming down with the rebound. And that was Andrew Fraioli charging hard in the middle, but gets the charge. It's Justin Lee taking the charge. It'll be Stoughton ball very quickly to inbound, and very aggressive press defense here. Stoughton able to break it out. Colin Sander going underneath the rim and back over his head for 2. Looking to repeat his last scoring performance against Taunton. Milford back on the offense. Working the ball all the way around, but Justin Lee comes away with the steal. And Sander will take the ball up. Sander redirecting the offense. Andrews cuts out to Lee. Lee wide open for 3, no good, nothing but air under that one. Kelly comes away with the rebound. Saylor coming back the other way. Inside of Fraioli, but Greg Furman gets Stevens Philemon gets the tough task of going up against Fraioli tonight. Milford to inbound. Back over to Saylor. Saylor, nothing there. Inside of Fraioli, rises over the top of the double team of Philemon and Lee, and it might take 3 or 4 guys just to stop him tonight. Stoughton working the back over half court. Lee back to Andrews. Andrews rises from 30, no good. Milford back the other way. Good bounce pass inside to Fraioli. Fraioli nothing doing there, kicks it back outside to Kelly. Kelly back to Fraioli, who works it back inside to Kelly. Kelly rolls off his defender, not able to get the friendly roll. Andrews comes away with it. Andrews driving, stopped by Joey Everett. Sander in the corner. Sander goes down, regains the ball possession though, gets it out to Andrews. Andrews up top, resetting. Out to Rue, no good. and Milford will come away with it. As we mentioned, Stoughton coming into this ball game at 3-7 or 3-10 on the season, needing 10 wins to get to the playoffs. Milford looking on the upper end at 6-8. They're looking at the playoffs right now as a must-key win for them tonight. And a quick foul will go against Jean Roux, again wearing number 30 tonight as opposed to his normal number 1. It's the third foul against Stoughton. Saylor taking the ball across half court. Inside to Fraioli. Fraioli outside to Brendan White, who rises for 3 front rim. Fellamon comes away with it, able to fight off White. And Josh Kochi with the ball. Kochi outside to Fellamon. Fellamon kicks it out to Lee. Lee rises for 3, and it's good! Justin Lee for 3, and Stoughton takes the lead, 8-7 here, late stages of the first. Milford with the ball now. 3 attempt, no good from Everett. Milford comes away with the rebound. Saylor kicks it out to White. White back rim, no good. Ball's loose. Sanda comes away with it. Skip pass to Kochi. Back out to Lee. Lee, no good. But Kochi working hard for the rebound, gets the hustle point on that one, and he rises. It's good! Josh Kochi for 3. Stoughton first to eclipse double digits here. 11-7 here, 4 minutes left in the first. Milford inside, and Fraioli silences the crowd, cuts the lead to 2, cuts the deficit to 2, and Scarlet Hawks will take a timeout here. Game started off pretty slow, not a lot of scoring, but it's picked up of late. We mentioned again Sanda with a 20-point performance, looking to build off of that. And newly 3rd on the scoring charts for the Hockomock division is Cam Andrews, leading scorer in the Davenport, 3rd in the Hawk overall. So Stoughton looking to put up points here, and that's how they're going to win ball games. We saw last time out against Taunton in a shootout, 85-74, unfortunately coming away with a loss. And then the last home game here against Sharon, 91 points. So you know they can put up buckets. They're going to have to do that against this tough Scarlet Hawks team, as Stoughton might be on the upper end of the offensive stats in the Davenport division, on the lower end allowing the most amount of points on defense. Out of the timeout on the floor for Stoughton, David Bell making his first appearance of the game. And we got Kochi, Sanda, Andrews, and Lee to round out the 5. Andrews driving, stops and pops. Nothing but air on that one. Milford comes away with the rebound. It'll be Brendan White over to Saylor. Saylor directing traffic from the top of the key. Works it inside, that's Fraioli. Fraioli tries to kick it out to Zach Tamaro, making his first appearance in the ball game, and no good. It'll be Stoughton ball, 3:30 remaining in the first. Andrews with the ball at the top. Drives inside, goes left all the way, and it's good. 13-9, 3:19 left. Milford very quickly back on the attack, and it's Fraioli for 2. Ball back in the hands of Cam Andrews, number 4. Calls Kochi on the screen, gets the screen out to Bell. Not really his comfort zone, but Bell drives. No good off the back iron, but works hard for his rebound, and he'll get possession back for Stoughton. 2:25 remaining here in the first, 13-11 Black Knights. Andrews to inbound. Not seeing anything, all the way back for Kochi, who gets knocked down, no call here. Saylor comes away with it. Saylor inside to Brendan White. Brendan White out to, that was Caden Kelly for 3, no good. Stoughton comes away with it. Andrews working his defender. Out to Kochi. Kochi fakes. Outmatched by Zach Damaro, who wisely kicks it out to Andrews. Good decision, but shot's no good. Tamaro comes away with it. Gets it back to Saylor, who will reset the offense. Milford receiving instruction from their head coach, Paul Seaver, as Stoughton comes away with the steal. Andrews takes it by himself, gets the blocking call and one. He'll go to the line for one.
Count the basket. Coming to the line, shooting one, fouls number 10, Brandon Saylor.
Foul goes against Brendan Saylor.
Second team foul.
His first, team second. Andrews to the line for one. Good on the make, and it's 16-11 here, 2:09 remaining in the first. Matt Nickerson making his first appearance in the ball game. Will handle the ball for Milford right now. Puts it over to Brendan White, who is double teamed, but comes away with a foul. That foul will go against David Bell. As Philemon checks back into the game, Justin Lee will take a seat. Milford to inbound. Matt Nickerson, guarded by Kochi. Now guarded by Andrews. As Stoughton's running a 2-3 here, zone 2 up top, 3 down low. Try to have Milford's shooters do most of the work as they're cutting off the middle. Over to Tomorrow. Tomorrow no good, front iron. Philemon, hard rebound there. Stolen by Milford though. Nothing doing there from Fraioli, excuse me. As Stoughton will come away with it. It's Josh Kochi taking the ball up. Kochi calling for the isolation, gets it over to Bell. Bell rises for three. A lot of air balls early in this game. Stoughton not having the same success from the outside as they normally have. And Tomorrow left all by himself for three. He's having success from the outside. He's good for three. 16-14 here, just over a minute left in the first. Andrews with the ball, driving left again. He's favoring that left side, and it's working for him. Wants the foul call, doesn't get it, still comes away with the bucket. Nickerson gets it over to Kelly. Kelly, no good. Excuse me, that was Brendan White, unsuccessful from three. Stoughton's back on the attack. Sanda fakes, gets his defender in the air, goes hard to the hoop for two. Colin Sanda building off his performance last game with a season high of 20. And a timeout as Paul Seaver doesn't like what he sees on Stoughton's press. 20-14 here, 30 seconds remaining in the first. Coming out of the timeout for Stoughton, we've got Andrews, Kochi, Bell, Philemon, and Sanda to round out the defense. And a quick three from Tomorrow, no good. Chase your rebounds, folks. He does, cleans up the garbage in front of the net, gets the easy two. 20-16 here. Clock winding as Andrews slows us down, takes his time. They're obviously looking for the last shot here. No time on the shot clock. Gets in, Kochi driving, rises, no good. But Bell able to come away with the rebound and puts the shot up before the clock hits zero. Clock stopped at 0.7 here as some bodies on the floor. It's Tomorrow for Milford and Philemon for Stoughton. Luckily, clock about to hit zero, so after these free throws, they'll be able to get their rest at the bench. Everybody appears to be okay at first sight, though. Seaver discussing something with the referee. In my opinion, just a lot of bodies trying to attack the ball, just a loose ball there. There's Bell on the front end, no good, front iron. The foul went against Zach Tomorrow. That's his third foul against Milford. Bell 0 for 2 from the line. And Nickerson just comes down with the rebound and curls it away as we go at the end of the first. Stoughton 20, Milford 16. And welcome back for the start of the second. On the floor we've got for Stoughton, we got Sanda, Andrews to inbound. Ajan Roux back in the ball game after taking some time off in the first, trying to get used to his new number. Philemon and Justin Lee to round out the five for the Black Knights. It's Roux with the ball. Swings it over to Andrews, back to Roux. Now Sanda, inside to Justin Lee. Lee back out to Sanda, all the way across court to Andrews. Andrews rises, no good, and Milford comes away with the rebound. It's Brendan White driving, taking it coast to coast, and it's good for two. 20-18 now, 2-point deficit here for Milford. Andrews directing traffic, gets it to Rue. Rue's all the way up the court to Philemon. Philemon with the fancy under the basket move, but no good. Fraioli comes away with the rebound. As Milford's back on the attack on offense. Nickerson inside to Fraioli. Fraioli out to Brendan White. Milford swinging the ball all the way across the perimeter. Tomorrow, no good. Sanda comes away with it. Lee inside to Philemon. Philemon doesn't want the shot, gets it out to Lee, who sends it over to Sanda. Sanda backs off Brendan White. 14 on the shot clock. Back to Sanda. Sanda drives out to Andrews. Andrews rises over Nickerson, and it's good for three. Andrews' second three of the game as he comes away with the steal. Up to Rue. Rue, good for two. Quick 5 points there from Stoughton as they take a 7-point lead here, 25-18, as Fraioli drives, and I think Milford's playbook is going to start to lean toward him as he's a difference maker in this ball game. If he gets going, watch out Stoughton. Stoughton getting the ball across half court. Lee, guarded by 4 Milford players, wisely kicks it out to Andrews, who drives and no good. And bit of a sloppy foul there from Philemon as Fraioli came away with the rebound. Excuse me, that was Caden Kelly came away with the rebound. And just a sloppy foul there from Philemon. He'll take a seat. His first is Milford trying to get the ball over half court against the Stoughton press, able to do so. Inside to Fraioli. Fraioli drives, no good. Comes up short on the rebound, on the attempt, excuse me. As Sanda drives over the top of Kelly, no good. But comes away with the rebound. And now we've got bodies flying all over the floor here in a tie-up between Tomorrow and Sanda. Possession arrow will go toward Milford. Milford will take over possession here as Kelly gets it over half court inside to Fraioli. Fraioli over to Kelly, or to White, who kicks it out to Tomorrow, and Tomorrow's good from three, his second of the game. Back to a 2-point deficit here, 25-23 here, 5:20 remaining in the second. Andrews trying to slow things down a little bit. Stoughton doesn't really want this to be a track meet here as they want to control possession and control the tempo of this game, slowing things down here. As Sanda is in the corner, Sanda drives back out to Andrews. Andrews rises on the run to his left, not able to rattle it home. Milford comes away with it. And it's Brendan Saylor back on the attack for Milford. Nowhere to go, over to White. Back to Saylor. Saylor rises for three, it's good, and Milford takes their first lead of the second here, 26-25. John Galvin not looking happy here. Directing traffic is Andrews, who's over to Sanda. Back to Andrews, gets the screen here from Lee. Lee takes a tumble. Drew, no good for three. White comes away with it. Tomorrow, who's had success from three, rises again. Just off the side iron there, not able to get it to roll home. Tries to get the poked away, tries to poke it away on defense, back on transition, stopping Stoughton, but comes away with the foul. Sanda will take his first seat of the ball game, and Bell will come over and take a seat as well. Subbing into the game here is Greg Furman and Josh Kochi coming back into the ball game. Andrews tries to force a pass inside to Furman, but no good. And Rue almost coming away with the steal there, but Milford had numbers. But before the shot went up, travel called against Brendan White. Ball will be back in Stoughton's hands. Rue taking his time to get across half court. He gets it over to Andrews. Kochi with the ball now. 5 points in this ball game. All the way across to Andrews, who's trying to work it inside to Furman again, who tried to get it to Lee, but no good. Milford comes away with it. Brendan Saylor leading the attack. Milford slowing things down now. It's Tomorrow. He's had success from the 3 tonight. Fraioli able to come away with the ball using those long arms to extend out. Puts Milford up by 3, 28-25 here, 3:25 remaining in the second. Sloppy passing here from Andrews here. That's his 3rd turnover in about 3 minutes here. As Milford's back on the attack. Caden Kelly rises, no good. Gets his own rebound as John Galvin wisely calls a timeout here. Stoughton now down by 5, and just sloppy possessions from Stoughton on the offensive side as we see Andrews trying to work it into Furman, but nothing doing there, and just turnovers will do that to you as Milford's able to take advantage, and they have their largest lead of the ball game at 30-25 with 3:10 remaining in the second. Out of the timeout from Milford, we've got Tomorrow back on the floor. Like to see him light up the scoreboard more. He's had success from behind the 3-point line. Brendan Saylor, Joey Everett, Fraioli, and that's Caden Kelly, excuse me. Can't quite make out the numbers here on these Milford jerseys, the dark black against the red. But Stoughton back on the offense. They've got Lee, Kochi, David Bell, who's only able to come away with that pass on the inside, Rue, and Andrews to round out the 5. And just as quickly as Stoughton gives it away, they get it right back. Andrews taking on 3 Scarlet Hawks. Nothing doing there from Milford's defense as he drives through the lane and gets it away for 2. And not quite sure of what the call was there. The foul will go against Josh Kochi. He laughs as the foul goes against him, but you know, the ball was kind of rolling around there. Not really anybody with possession. Couldn't really see a foul. 30-27 here, 2:40 left in the second as Paul Seaver is not happy about something. As his starting point guard, Brendan Saylor, takes a seat on the bench. As Matt Nickerson comes back into the ball game. Nickerson now with the ball, up top guarded by Rue. Drives right, gets the screen from Fraioli. A hard screen on that. Works it inside to Joey Everett, who kicks it over to Kelly. Saw a lot of ball on that one, but Kelly will get to the line for 2.
Caden Kelly will go on shooting 2.
And in the late stages of the second here, that's Stoughton's 7th foul. So every foul from now on, Milford will be shooting. And in a close game like this, it's tough to get points. Tough, and even tougher to give up points, especially at the free throw line, as Kelly comes away with the front end of his 2 free throws.
17 foul.
Shots up for Kelly, and it's 2 for 2 from the line. It's 32-27 here, 2:20 remaining in the first half. Ajan Rue, number 30 tonight, normally number 1. Now Justin Lee, all the way across to Kochi. Kochi drives. When you're going up against 2 guys who are 6 foot plus, wise decision to kick it back out. Rue unable to come away with the 3, as Milford will take over. Fraioli guarded by Bell on the outside. Over to Caden Kelly. Caden Kelly drives left, kicks it out to Nickerson. Nickerson over to Joey Everett. Nothing but the bomb in the net for him. And Milford having high success from the 3-point line tonight. Breaks the game open, and now an 8-point deficit for Stoughton to crawl back from. Jean Roux up top. Over to Kochi. Milford also running a 2-3 here, a little more loose as Nickerson's having some room to reign up top as Bell not able to get the friendly hometown roll. Milford comes away with it. Nickerson up to Fraioli, who's been kind of quiet tonight. Hasn't had his normal success here. He has 4 double-doubles on the season, so he can light up the score sheet in multiple categories. Just as we mentioned, his quietness comes away for 2. Now a 10-point ball game as Milford has started to blow this game open. 37-27 here, clock winding down. Kochi with the ball up top. Bell on the inside, rises over Fraioli, no good. Kelly comes away with the rebound as Nickerson will take it up. Tomorrow back in the ball game for Milford. Ball swung all the way across to Kelly. Or to Joey Everett, excuse me. Gets it to Fraioli, and Fraioli over to Nickerson, and here comes the air ball chance, as I predicted. Rue on the inside, taking on almost every single Scarlet Hawk. Kochi no good from three. As Bell came away with the rebound, but that was in the hands of Caden Kelly, excuse me. And then Bell trying to come away with the rebound, as they should be shooting here, as the refs realize their mistake, and they'll take the ball all the way across court, and Kelly will be shooting 1-1. Galvin trying to make his case to the ref, but nothing doing there. Is once the call's made, can't really change it unless the refs meet. As Matt Nickerson takes a seat for Milford, and Joey DeMarco makes his first appearance of the ball game. Caden at the line. Hits the front end. 38-27 here, 11 seconds left in the first half. Milford shooting very well from the free throw line tonight, as Caden Kelly hits his last 4. And Andrews in no rush here, trying to call for the screen. That's Ruben Gonzalez giving it to him. As Andrew just throws up a random shot and tries to get the foul call, but nothing doing there. As Galvin is now back on the court, really expressing his anger here. And not quite sure what he's looking for here. It just looks like Andrews just shoot up a random wild shot, as the Stoughton crowd here is getting behind their hometown team, helping out Galvin, but again, nothing doing as both teams make their way to the locker room. Score here, 39-27 Milford. We'll see you for the second half. For the second half here, Milford up 39-27 here. As Stoughton's back on offense. A little mix up with the scoreboard there, hence the very sudden start. Stoughton looking to get back into this game down double digits after being in control most of the first half, and not going to do it there with the quick turnover. As Milford's driving, but no good. Philemon comes away with the rebound as Brendan White tries to fight it out of his hands, but he'll call for the foul. First half for Stoughton, it was Cam Andrews doing most of the scoring there, as came away with 14. Is Lee now with the ball. Over to Rue. No good, rattles around, can't get the roll. Back out to Andrews. Andrews wide open. It's gonna go in most of the time, and it does. Lead cut down to 9. Milford back on offense. 3 attempts from Kelly, from Everett, no good. As Andrews, I don't know what he had in the locker room, but back-to-back threes. Paul Seaver not happy with the way the second half has started for Milford, as we got a 6-point ball game here. Only a minute 5 has passed, and Andrews already back to his scoring ways. Last time out against Taunton, he added 15 points. It was a pretty high-scoring affair in that Taunton game, despite the loss. We had 20 points from Sanda. Bell chipped in with 14, although he's held scoreless tonight after 2 missed free throws. But Cam Andrews, back-to-back threes there, and he's got almost all of Stoughton's points tonight. Four threes to go with 4 field goals if you count it at home. 12 points from threes, 8 from the field. He's already got 20, and we've barely eclipsed the second half here at Stoughton. Again, 39-33, 6-point deficit. Stoughton in control most of the first period, but then in the second, Milford started to chip away at that lead and ultimately took as much as a 12-point lead at 39-27, but a quick 6-0 run here from the Black Knights to open up the third quarter, and they're back in this ball game. Brennan Saylor, all the way to tomorrow, who had success scoring-wise for the Scarlet Knights, or the Scarlet Hawks in the first, but nothing doing there. Stoughton comes back. Andrews slowing things down, and they had success when they slow things down in the first, find open shots, and then make those open shots. Sanda rises. He was scoreless in the second, gets a 3 there, and we've got ourselves a 3-point ball game. Milford back on the attack on offense. Saylor over to Brendan White, all the way to Tomorrow. Tomorrow rises from 3, front iron, no good. Good box out there from Justin Lee, preventing Fraioli from getting the rebound. And Rue comes away with it, and they could tie the game here. As Andrews rises, it's good. 9 points, shoots the bow in the air. As we've got ourselves a tie ball game. Fraioli trying to attack the rim as I catch my breath here. 3 Black Knights trying to keep him off the scoring chart here in the third. That's Justin Lee who came away with the foul, his second of the game. Stoughton's first of the second half. Has a little shoe malfunction there. Justin Lee tying his shoe. And Saylor to inbounds. Finding nothing. Gets it over to Brendan White. Brendan White, who rises, a lot of air. You know what, he was just passing it to Fraioli. Fraioli, the recipient, and we'll give him a rebound on that one. It looked like a pass. Comes away with 2 as Milford takes over the lead. And just as quickly as they take the lead, Sanda gets him back into the ball game with his 4th bucket of the game. And sloppy play as Sanda comes away with the rebound, or with the steal. And Brendan White, hustle points on defense, given the block. And Tomorrow looked like that could have been a backboard alley-oop attempt, but nothing on the other end of it, as Andrews kicks it out to Sanda. Sanda rises in open space, no good. Fraioli comes away with the rebound. Lee tries to wrestle it out of his hands, comes away with a slap on the arm. As things start to calm down here, a lot of back and forth action there. 41-41. Again, 2 of these teams among the top of the Hockomock division in terms of scoring. Stoughton coming in at 60 points a game. Milford shortly behind them at 53. But it's the defensive side of the ball where these 2 teams differ. Milford only at 55 points per game defensively allowed, but Stoughton 69.9, might as well call it 70 points a game allowed on defense. That's not gonna win you many ball games when you can't put up that many points, which contributes to their 3-10 record. But score tied here, 41-41. Brennan Saylor with the ball up top, guarded by Rue. Over to White, excuse me. That's Tomorrow in the corner. Milford, good from 3 again, and that's what they need to get back into or to keep this lead in this ball game. They had success from 3 early, and Brendan White contributed to that success. As Andrews rises, takes on, count them, 4 Scarlet Hawks, gets the friendly roll with the left. We've seen him favor that left side today. And just as quickly as he comes away with the bucket, comes away with the steal, drives, tries to go to the right side to mix it up a little bit. And he'll go to the line for 2. And that's Caden Kelly with the foul, unhappy with the call. Thought he had position there for the charge, did not. And Andrews will go to the line for 2. Andrews good on the first.
Foul number 21, Caden Kelly. That's his first personal foul, second team foul.
And good on the second. He's got 11 for Stoughton this quarter. Single-handedly bringing them back into this ball game. Stoughton by 1, 45-44. 4 minutes remaining in the third. Milford working the ball around. It's Nickerson over to White. Back out to White. White good from 3. And just as quickly as Stoughton takes the lead, Milford takes it right back. We've got ourselves a dogfight here. Going back and forth here, Milford by 2. Seaver looking to buy the 5-second call, but nothing doing there. And now Sanda guarded by Tomorrow. Santa takes on 4. What's you see from Stoughton tonight? They like to try to establish themselves in the middle, but that's not going to win this ball game tonight. They've had success from 3 as John Galvin takes a timeout. And Rue shooting after the whistle. Surprised he didn't get a talking to from the officials there. But we mentioned earlier, Stoughton trying to attack the middle of the lane here, but too much size from the Scarlet Hawk team. And they've had success from the 3, and if they're going to keep this lead, or if they're going to chip away at this lead and ultimately take over this game, it's going to be from the outside, not from the inside. Coming out of the timeout, starters back on the floor for Stoughton, minus David Bell, taking the spot of Jean Roux. And Philemon on the bench. Sanda with it. Driving, rising. No good off the back iron, but David Bell comes away with the rebound. Over Fraioli. Over White. And over Kelly. And it's the hustle points on the inside for Stoughton that's going to get them back in this ball game as long as they can shoot the 3 well. And Bell converting on his first free throw of the night. 1 for 3 on the night. As Jean Roux takes a seat and Josh Kochi comes back into the game for Stoughton. Bell good on the second. And 3-point ball game here, through 2-point ball game, 49-47 here. As Milford starting to get a little sloppy with the ball, pressure defense from Stoughton contributing to that. As Brendan White's on the inside, pass no good. Thought it was gonna ricochet up into the hoop, but goes over the hoop. Off the support beams atop the hoop, it'll be Milford's ball. 17 on the shot clock. Tomorrow, from 3 outside, back iron no good. Stoughton back on the attack. Bell out to Kochi. Kochi gets it over to Lee. Lee rises. He's good from 3. And we have an officials timeout here. Justin Lee is good from 3 here, and we have an officials timeout here. Not quite sure what's going on the floor if both teams retreat back to their respective benches. It looks like we have a discrepancy on who the foul was against or how many fouls were against respective player. I saw the officials with number 4. They're referencing to Brendan White from Milford. Maybe just who the foul was against. Not going to speculate though. Anywho, Milford ball. It's Caden Kelly, gets it inside to Fraioli, who's out to Brendan White. Nothing but air. As Joey Everett checks back into the ball game. Zach Tomorrow will take a seat. 1-point ball game here, Stoughton with the lead. As Andrews all the way across court to David Bell. Bell, who drives, rises over Fraioli, gets the friendly hometown roll, and it's good for 2. 52-49 here, 2 minutes left in the third. As Josh Kochi give him some hustle points on that one, comes away with the steal, gets it to Bell. Bell just has it wrestled away from Joey Everett. It'll be a jump ball and possession arrow points towards Milford. Both coaches barking orders to their respective teams as Milford will inbound the ball. It's Matt Nickerson to do the honor. Floats it up top to Everett, back to Nickerson, over to Everett, no good. As Bell comes away with it, fights through the entire Milford defense, out to Andrews, no doubt about that one. Cam Andrews, his 4th 3 of the third quarter here. He's got 14 just in this quarter alone. Everett cross court to White. White back cross court to Everett. Everett rises, no good, back iron, but White comes away with it, gets it slapped away. Looked like Kochi had his hands in there. He just got nowhere to go, picks up the pivot, travels in frustration, It'll be Stoughton ball, 55-49 here. 6-point ball game as the ball rolls to nowhere. And bit of a hard foul there from David Bell, who looked like he was just trying to get to the ball.
13 foul.
As that Caden Kelly on the ground goes down hard, rolling on his back leg. And while he gets worked on from the trainer, both teams will go back to their benches, and we'll take a moment here to... It looked like a nasty injury there from Bell rolling underneath the leg of Caden Kelly. After, I believe the foul was called against Bell. Just a personal foul, nothing flagrant. And again, that is Bell's 4th foul, so someone with a lot of his size is going to be missed in the late stages of this game. If he's in foul trouble, he'll take a seat, and Philemon will come in to replace him. But again, we're concerned about the health of Caden Kelly. If we get more insight onto his injury, we'll update you. But for right now, back to the ball game as Milford's back on the offense. Swinging the ball all the way around, it's White. White over to Everett. Inside to Fraioli. Black Knights converge on him. No good, but gets the shot clock reset. As the ball's to the floor now, and just what we need to see, more bodies going to the floor after that last injury, but it looks like Philemon was able to come away with it, and possession arrow points towards Stoughton. Six-point ball game here, 55-49, 48 seconds as the clock ticks. Press defense tight from Milford here as they get the ball across half court, Stoughton does. And Kochi drives inside, drives back out, back inside over to Sanda. Sanda wants the three, doesn't get it. And it looked like the ball may have kicked off. That's 22, Steve Sutherland, who I believe came in for the injured Caden Kelly here. 30 seconds left in the third. So Milford will inbound. And it's Matt Nickerson will take the ball up. Guarded by Kochi. Andrews complete the double team. Tipped off of Andrews. Still found Sutherland. Nickerson over to White. Back to Nickerson. Now Everett. Everett rises. Everett does not convert from three. And the ball's fighting in a bit of a chippy. Not going to call that a foul there as it's a jump ball, but these two teams getting a little chippy now as we get into the late stage of this game. Possession arrow goes towards Milford. Nickerson able to find Fraioli. Fraioli shakes Lee loose. And it's Philemon able to get position. He'll take the charge from Fraioli. And we mentioned earlier in this game, Fraioli held a bit in check tonight, not seeing his normal high-scoring numbers. As Philemon will give him the hustle points tonight. As a bit of a confusion here as subs try to come in. Rue tried to check into the ball game, but did not successfully. Luckily didn't come away with a technical there. And a good screen from Philemon there as Andrews rises as the clock buzzes. Unable to get the shot away. And we've got ourselves a 6-point ball game as we get into the fourth here. Some things to look for. We had the injury to Caden Kelly. He was a dominating presence down low from Milford. It looks like he won't be able to come back into this ball game unless he magically heals. It looked like a pretty nasty injury. And on the Stoughton side of the ball, it's all Cam Andrews if you ask me. 14 points in that quarter alone. And for Stoughton to have a chance to keep this win, or keep this lead, he's going to have to be successful from three and maybe take advantage of that lack of presence inside. We saw Fraioli not have the game that he's normally accustomed to. And some other scorers that we haven't heard a lot from Milford tonight who are pretty successful in the scoring department are Brendan White, and of course we had Kate Kelly, who's hurt. Brendan White, their leading scorer at 13.9 points a game, hasn't had the success from three that he normally has, and he hasn't seen that much of a presence on the inside. Stoughton doing a good job keeping Milford to the outside, limiting their inside scoring, and at the same time having success from the outside themselves. So Stoughton to keep this lead, look for them to continue shooting, and then as we get into the late stage of this ball game, make their free throws. That's going to be key for Stoughton as we round out this fourth quarter. Starting five for Stoughton as we start this fourth quarter. Sanda with the ball. Rue and Andrews to the side, Lee on the inside, and Josh Kochi to round out the 5. It's Sanda. Out to Andrews. Just as we mentioned, Andrews wants to shoot, and he will. And a foul on the floor going against Milford. It looks like it's going to be against Sutherland. That'll be his first.
Foul number 22, Steve Sutherland. That's his first personal foul, 15th foul.
Andrews to inbound, throws it high, and you would think you would know your home court, and support beams just a little too low there. Maybe the new gym that's coming in the next few years will have some higher support beams. That pass will be able to be made, but nothing doing there as Milford will come away with the ball. Almost throwing it away was Milford. That was Joey DeMarco trying to drive, and the ball squirts around and finds the hands of Fraioli, and look for him to get hot. He's gonna have to get hot for Milford to get back into this game. He's their difference maker down low, especially with his height advantage.
Fouls on number 12. Colin Sanda, that's his first.
That'll be Sanda's first foul against him as Fraioli converts the and one. 3-point ball game here, 55-52. As Rue throws it right into the hands of Brendan Saylor, who will reset up top. Guarded by Sanda. DeMarco cuts to the wing. Nothing doing there. Up top to Fraioli. Tries to go inside the Sutherland. Knocked away from Lee, and Andrews will come away with it. Josh Kochi on the wing. Guarded by DeMarco. Over to Andrews. Now Sanda. Lee on the inside. Kicks it over to Rue. Rue no good. White comes away with the rebound. It'll be Saylor back the other way. Saylor trying to get it over to White, and Kochi goes to the floor, hustles for a loose ball, but he'll come away with a foul. Josh Kochi getting some valuable minutes tonight. We haven't seen a lot of him as the season's gone on, but Galvin placing the trust in his young guard, or his young forward. And he's rewarding Galvin with some hard-earned minutes and some hard-earned hustle points, but he'll take a seat right now. As David Bell comes back in the ballgame, remember, he's got 4 fouls. Sutherland not able to get the roll. Fraioli tried to come away with the rebound, but nothing doing there. And it'll be Andrews back on the attack for Stoughton. Rue wanted to shoot, wisely doesn't. Back to Andrews, kicks it over to Sanda. Sanda shoots, nothing there, but Lee able to box out and get the rebound. Kicks it back out to Rue. Rue no good. Saylor comes away with it, and he'll drive. Squirts around Andrews, not able to get the finger roll to go, and some fancy dribble moves from Rue there. As he finds Sanda in the corner, back to Rue, up top to Lee, and Tamaro come away with the steal. Milford slowing things down here, 55-52. 5 minutes, 40 seconds in the fourth. The Sutherland will rise. Good on the set shot, and we've got ourselves a 1-point ball game. Andrews now, over to Rue. Rue driving, out to Bell. Bell from unfamiliar territory from 3, but Sanda not able to come away with the rebound. It'll be Milford ball, 1-point game here. And it looks like Kelly's back on the floor here as he gets an applause from the away crowd. Got that knee wrapped up, but he looks to be healthy back into this ball game. And calling for the ball inside, you know he's hungry back in the game, but Tamaro's hungry too, and he converts from 3, flexes his arms in celebration. 2-point game here, 57-55. As Bell in the corner, driving, rising, it's good for 2, tie game. 57 all here, 4:43 remaining in the fourth. As Fraioli's on the inside, ball swatted away from Justin Lee here. And it'll be Stoughton ball. Turnovers are going to be the difference at the end of this ball game here. Whoever can take care of the ball more, get some better shots, better possessions is going to come away with this win. As Rue, maybe getting a little too fancy, goes behind the back to Andrews. Over to Sanda. Sanda rises, no hand in his face, no problem. Converts from three, 60 to 57 here. And they've eclipsed their season average as Milford's back on the offense. And tomorrow, looks like they're going to try to trade threes. And an over-the-back call goes against Fraioli as Justin Lee, maybe an homage to Zach Tomorrow, flexes his biceps too. I mean, when you're 6'3", going up over 5'10", hard to call it over the back, but Lee had position, and Stoughton will come away with the ball here. 4:10 remaining in the game, up by 3. Stoughton may be getting away with a 10-second violation there as Bell tries to get the friendly roll, nothing doing. Milford will come back. That's Saylor inside to Kelly. Kelly back into the game after that gruesome injury, it seemed, from Bell. But he looks to be fine. He's hustling back. He looks to be at near 100%. Back on the other court, on the other side of the court, it's Justin Lee, and we've got a 5-point ball game. 62-57 here, late stages of the fourth. Kelly inside to Fraioli, and Fraioli, Butterfingers. Ball squirts out of bounds. Back into Stoughton's hands. As this Stoughton faithful is fired up now, as they know that they need this win to have any hopes at the playoffs. Sanda rises, why not? No good. Milford comes away with it. Kelly tries to throw it down. I'll give him a 5 on the dunk, not quite there. But one thing to take away from that, it's good to see him get some hop in those steps. With the knee injury there, he's looking to be near 100% as he's able to get some explosion off of that jump. Nonetheless, comes away with the bucket. 3-point game here as the Stoughton faithful is the loudest it's been all night. Unable to come away with the and one. And Stoughton slowing things down. Sanda directing traffic from up top. Gets it to Andrews. Back to Sanda, inside to Bell. Bell wisely kicks it back out to Sanda. Over to Rue. Rue inside to Lee, inside to Bell. And that's one thing to do against this 2-3 zone is look for the guy at the free throw line, kick it to him, hope he makes the jumper, and if he does it, hope for some from loose balls and to get some offensive rebounds as Stoughton does there. They'll keep possession. Shot clock reset at 30. Lee guarded closely by Brendan White. And Tomorrow comes away with the steal off the wayward pass from Lee. Brendan Saylor back the other way. Over to White. White back to Saylor. Caden calling for the ball inside. Gets the ball, but Bell with the great over-the-top move. Gets the steal, and Andrews comes away with it. Andrews drives. Sanda rises. Back iron, no good. Tomorrow comes away with it. And now Saylor. Saylor guarded closely by Rue. Tomorrow rises. Looked good, it wasn't. Front rim, Lee comes away with it, and now Sanda all the way to Andrews. Andrews rises. Nothing but air on that one. But Kelly forced to try to get the loose ball as it tipped off his hands after the air ball. Arguing with the ref, maybe had a little bit of interference there, but you're not gonna win that call. As Stoughton will regain possession here. 30 seconds on the shot clock as it reset after the miss. Andrews rises, maybe a little trigger happy here as he's not able to convert his last 3. But David Bell with the 4 fouls coming away with the rebound. Puts it up for Stoughton. 64-59 here, 1:52 left in the fourth. And out of the timeout, we've got an exciting ball game here to close out the fourth quarter. Stoughton started off with the early lead from hot shooting from Andrews and Sanda. Milford crawled their way back into this game, took as much as a 12-point lead into the second half. But Stoughton crawling their way right back thanks to some hot shooting from Cam Andrews in the third and again here in the fourth. It's a 5-point ball game here, 64-59 as Milford's back on the attack on offense. Fraioli inside to Kelly after that tough injury, knocked him out of most of the third, back in the ball game here, working his way down low, gets the 2 in a quick timeout from Milford. We mentioned earlier, most of Stoughton's scoring coming tonight from Cam Andrews, their leading scorer and the third leading scorer in the Hockomock division at just under 19 points a game. But Milford no stranger to scoring either. Several playmakers on the offensive side of the ball and on the rebounding side of the ball as well. 3 players with multiple double-doubles on the season. Brennan White and Caden Kelly, 2 of those averaging just under 14 points and 10 points respectively. And Kelly, to go along with the scoring, 8 double-doubles on the season, so he can light it up from the field. Having trouble catching my voice here. This is such an exciting game. Having success from the field and from the rebounding aspect as well. And that's going to be key to have him back into this game after that injury. Just to have the size down low, he can be a difference maker. But a guy we haven't heard a lot from is number 5 in red, Fraioli. Stoughton's held him in check as they're back on the attack. As Bell, with those 4 fouls, driving aggressively up the court over to Andrews, who will slow things down here. 3-point ball game, guarded by Kelly. This is the matchup we all wanted to see. Andrews versus Kelly. As Andrews works it inside to Bell. Nothing there. He's got to be careful not to come away with the foul. He backs off wisely, and he's back down the other end of the court. 64-61, just over a minute here. As the Stoughton crowd is again as loud as it's been all night, rooting on their defense to come away with the victory here. And tomorrow, front iron for 3, no good. Fraioli comes away with the rebound, but they're fighting for it. And jump ball possession error will give it to Milford. 28 on the shot clock as it reset after the missed 3. And the officials will reset the shot clock here. Not that it made too much of a difference, 28 seconds as opposed to 30, but a fresh shot clock nonetheless for Milford as they'll take over possession. And tomorrow cutting and a nice pass from Brendan White to find the cutting tomorrow. And we got ourselves a 1-point ball game here. Stoughton beating the press as Sanda backs out of the double team outside to Andrews. No need to foul here. Shot clock and play clock well in difference as they foul anyway. Not the guy that you want to foul, especially in the bonus, as Andrews will go to the line. But it'll only be 1-and-1 as that's only Milford's 7th foul. They'll be in the 1-and-1 here. Stoughton will. Next foul against Stoughton will put Milford at the line. Crowd trying to affect him, nothing doing. Andrews converts. And free throws are going to be key here down the stretch, especially with a tight ball game like this. 65-63 here. Andrews converts on the second one. A little bit of a nod to the crowd as he backs away from the line. A little bit of friendly banter there between the 2 opposing teams. Is into the ball game now. That was 14 Cam Falcon who tries to silence the crowd. I don't know. Small little guard like that. You've got some awfully big shoes to silence the crowd like that. But hey, if you're gonna hit the 3, you deserve it. Tie ball game here, 66 all. 26 seconds left in this ball game as Milford takes a timeout. And out of the timeout, all 5'7" of Cam Falcon, the pride of Milford, Massachusetts, just tied this ball game up right before the timeout with a 3, silenced the crowd, and Stoughton back on the attack. No shot clock here. Look for them to hold the last shot. The Milford bench on their feet. Stoughton calmly waiting. The ball in the hands of Colin Sanda. Throw out the stat sheet right now. Cam Andrews with the ball, gets the screen from Bell. Andrews rises, it's good! 3 points, Cam Andrews! No time on the clock! The clock hit 0! Unbelievable here at Stoughton! I mean, just let the crowd do the work for me here. Cam Andrews hits the 3 at the buzzer. The crowd storms the court. The coach is arguing that the clock was not at 0, but nothing doing. Cam Andrews hits the 3 at the buzzer. 69-63. Stoughton. Their 4th win of the season. 6 more and they're in the playoffs. It's final, it's official. I've got nothing left, folks. 69-66 Stoughton. Let's call it a night.